I started a reset back in January and I've been tracking my progress since then. So let me show you what I've learned, my takeaways, and am I going to keep doing this reset? Let's start with January. I had a list of my non negotiables, and on the 11th, I decided was going to be my first day. I highlighted where I didn't complete the task, but I had a very good month because on January 22nd, I hit 100 pounds lost. Moving on to February, that's kind of where things went downhill, to be honest. On the 9th, I broke my finger and I still have a duck bruise. I am 7 weeks post break, so it is doing a lot better. But to be honest with you, I just completely took the month off. One thing that I changed from January to February was I stopped writing my goals on the side of the calendar. Instead, I made a habit tracker. Now, highlighted as Thursdays. Thursdays are really hard for me because I work an 11.5 hour shift in office. So that does affect the day and the goals for the day. But I still had very similar goals. Some of them just being really easy wins like skincare, track all my macros because I'm on a very strict keto, don't cheat on keto, declutter one area or space in my house, walk 60 minutes, get 3 hearts. I do Samsung Health and I have like a little tracker where I get 3 hearts. And that means I've walked and, activity level, things like that. Do PT. I actually have a program that I use with a physical therapist and a coach, and it's like a structured plan. Exercise, working on YouTube for 60 minutes, working on my side business for 60 minutes, checking my blood. I do medical keto, so I have to check my ketones and my glucose and do one to-do list. I don't keep a lot of my to-do list. Like once I check them off, then I'm done with them. But this is what my to-do list looks like when it is blank. And I just write in like random things that I need to do. It keeps me structured because I like a list. Moving on, no big things in February except for breaking my finger. And then I was like, oh, on the 22nd, I'm going to restart the reset. And it didn't happen. So let's move into March. My biggest enemy is nuts. I love pecans. I love almonds, walnuts. They are ruining my diet single handedly. So I've been keeping track of them. I'm like, nope, nuts, nuts, nuts. And you know what? There's probably a bunch more down here because I have a problem. On March 9th, I had a bunch of contractors in my house, and that doesn't sound like a big deal, but that completely threw off my eating habits for that day. So I was more surviving, not thriving. And same for the 7th. And actually, the contractors were back like 4 times, I believe. But I do nail clients, and when they're here, like it just kind of throws my day off as well. So I do mark that on my calendar because it does affect my goals. I also track my periods because I have PCOS and Hashimotos. So when my periods are down, like things get a little crazy anyway, especially with my glucose and ketone levels. Like my blood literally changes. So I like to keep track of when it's happening. I do a whole tracker thing. Like that's not what this is for. This is just, hey, this is why I didn't do da 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 da. I didn't fail. I was just not feeling great because I was on my period type of thing. On the 18th and 19th, I went to the beach for a work trip. So it was more surviving, not thriving, that kind of thing. And yeah, it just kind of went downhill after that. So it is going to be a new month, and I am going to do better this month. So, one thing that I learned from this month to what I'm going to try differently is if you look, my Thursdays have changed. I don't put as much on Thursday as I did. And I just changed everything a little bit. I just made my schedule a little bit easier. These are like my non-negotiable things that I have to do every day. So that is the goal for this. The things listed on here is personal, which is every day, and that is my skincare and walking and just doing little things for my body. Every day is keto as well. Keto is a lifestyle, not a diet. So I do try to excel every day. I try to make every day better than yesterday. So I do have keto every day because you know what? Just me eating keto foods and me tracking gets this checked off. It doesn't need to be hard. It just needs to hold you accountable. I have professional on here, like I said, that's working on YouTube, my side business. And house is when I'm cleaning, decluttering, doing a to-do list, and things like that. So that is my list. It's a little cleaned up for this next month. So this was February's. As you see, I didn't do great with the tracker. I gave up like halfway through the month. I don't even think I got halfway. Now, one thing that stands out is February 13th, I upped my hearts. The little heart tracker, I think it was at 1,500 steps, and now it's like 5,000 steps in a day. It's what I can do. I was a truck driver for 13 years, very sedentary, and for me to more than double my steps in the past few months is amazing for me. And like I said, I've lost 100 pounds. I'm just trying to be healthier than I was yesterday. That is my goal, to be healthier than I was yesterday. So my standards are a little different than everybody else's standards, but I think that's how everybody should be. We're not the same person. Why would we have the same metrics? For the month of March, I honestly could probably go back and fill some of this out just because everything I do is tracked on my phone. So as far as like the 3 hearts and did I check my blood and things like that, I really slacked off. But as you can see, there's a lot more highlighted on this one. That was one of the things I changed. And the highlighted days are the days that it's required. Like, I don't check my blood every day. I check it every other day. Supposed to. Sometimes it's every few days. But so I have it checked that day. And then stop cleaning my earrings every day. So the day I check my blood is the day I clean my earrings. Little things like that. Doing my PT, walking, decluttering, things like that. It's all the same. But I just highlighted the things that I'm going to do. As far as April, I haven't filled this one out yet, but I guarantee it's going to be 90% the same as this one. So those are a few things that I learned while going through it. And this isn't set in stone. It kind of is set in stone for a month and then you can change it, but it's really not. Like, I think customizing it to what you need and like, these are my goals. You're going to have different goals, but I absolutely love tracking this. It helps me stay accountable, kind of makes me feel bad at night when I'm like, ooh, I didn't check that off. These habit trackers and the to-do list are linked down below. It's free. Check them out, print them out. There's a bunch of links in there. I believe I'm up to 15 free links. If you want to look at them, print them out. I recommend just doing it print to fit the paper. Like if you just print it, it might print like 2 papers, but I just do fit page and that works the best for me. Let's start April with another 30-day reset and see how it goes, and I'll keep you posted.